man, if you're paying attention, that music, that guitarist, the bassist, the drummer, they're tight, and it's just really good music. And that's what I love about this song. It's just everything, her and the band. I mean, that guitarist, I mean, he's just coming up with just real messy, distorted uh, guitar lines, riffs that it's just so good. It's so interesting and having fun. And he's a Knicks fan because he's got the Knicks hat. I'm a Knicks fan.
It's showtime, folks.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into the Music. My name is Greg, and I have Michael Shepard, who is one last time. I do appreciate the efforts, Michael, and let's hope that this time works, because if you're seeing this, this means that I got it through. What is he talking about? Well, I mean, by the time you're watching all this, you've seen the song title and everything else in the band. So, but that said, this has been a hell of a ride trying to get this song reacted to and on YouTube. This is Dry Cleaning the Band, and the song is Scratchcard Lanyard, which I love that title. I could just say it over and over and over. It's pleasure to the tongue. It is to the lips and the tongue. It's just coming out. I mean, my whole sort of professional career has been in literature and all that, and I'll just leave it at that. But that said, yeah, I just love the way it rolls off, man. Awesome. That said, and awesome is a song. And how do I know that? Because I know the song. I know the song. I came across it about a year or so ago and on my own, and I'm like, oh my God, and this is like what, 2020, 2021. And so I'm like, cutting edge, new music, because it's like a lot of our stuff is older, but then we have some newer stuff, and we're trying to get into newer stuff, but stuff that like it grabs us. We need to be authentic and real, and as much as honest as I try to be, right? And call balls and strikes, people who know baseball and stuff like that. That said, so if I don't like something, I'll say it, but who wants to get on here all the time and not like something, And when it comes to new music, it's a lot of hit and miss. This was a hit, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. And I'm like, well, I listened to it for like maybe 2 or 3 times. I said, maybe it's still fresh enough that I can like react to it. And I'll just let everyone know that I listened to it a few times, but still kind of freshness, and I'll do that reaction. And I did. You just never saw it because it got blocked. And then Michael Shepard came along and requested the song. And I was like, I had trouble getting it on, but, and so we tried a KEXP live performance. And I'm usually pretty good with KEXP, right? Getting that stuff passed through. For some reason, it got blocked. So I'm thinking, I don't know, is this one of those bands that just have, and they have their people who are just scanning YouTube and making sure that their songs, no matter in what form, concerts, live, whatever, it just does not get sort of reproduced, included in anyone's reactions, whatever. I mean, there's some bands like that, Eagles, and I think AC/DC and Bob Dylan, and right down the line. There's just some folks that you just don't even bother. So now Michael is coming back and giving it one last try. So this is a live performance at Primavera Sound. I don't know why I had a problem with that. Primavera Sound, just this year. And so I have the live performance all queued up, ready to go. Crossing my fingers. Let's get into it. That sounds cool. Yeah. It's nice, baby. Yeah. Express that feeling, baby. Yeah. I like that. All.
Many years have passed, but you're still charming. Worlds falling and exploding. You can't save the world on your own, I guess. Don't send me it. You keep it.
I love the facial expressions that she has. I mean, I've seen this so many times now, and just like she's so consistent with that face, as she's delivering the lines, true to the emotions that are driving this, that was the driving force behind penning the lyrics, the music, everything. I mean, I just love that. So consistent, man.
You keep it. You keep it. Weak arms can't open the door. Kung Fu cancel. It'll be okay. Just need to be weird and hide for a bit. Eat an old sandwich from my bag. I've come here to make a ceramic shoe, and I've come to smash what you made. I've come to learn how to mingle. I've come to learn how to dance. I've come to join the knitting.
As that smile, though, I don't really see her smile that much in the couple of performances I've seen. That's awesome, man. What a lovely smile.
Circle. I've come to hand weave my own box bed ladder in a few short sessions. It's a Tokyo bouncy ball, it's an Oslo bouncy ball, it's a Rio de Janeiro bouncy ball. Filter, I love these mighty oaks, don't you? Do everything and feel nothing. Wristband, theme park, scratch card, lanyard. Do everything and feel nothing. Do everything and feel nothing. Pat dad on the head. Alright, you big loud mouth, and thanks very much for the Twix. I think of myself as a hardy banana with that waxy surface and the small, delicate flowers. A woman in aviators firing a bazooka. A woman in aviators firing a bazooka. I've come here to make a ceramic shoe, and I've come to smash what you made. Come to learn how to mingle. I've come to learn how to dance. I've come to join the knitting circle. That's just child chat. Why don't you want oven chips now? It's a Tokyo bouncy ball, it's an Oslo bouncy ball, it's a Rio de Janeiro bouncy ball. Filter, I love these mighty oaks, don't you? Do everything and feel nothing. Wristband, theme park, scratch card, lanyard. Do everything.
And while she's singing, right, doing that talk speak, sing speak, talk speak, sing speak, and look at that facial expression. I mean, that's the drawing card, right? I mean, all eyes on her. And in the way she's kind of softly, maybe a little bit more soft than soft, but kind of overall soft sort of delivery. In the way her facial expressions are, and the way she's delivering that, the lines, all that, everything's kind of on her. That freaking guitar player and the bass player, the band is tight, and the band is just really bringing it. But that guitarist, man, he's just every performance. The KEXP one, it's just great stuff. Really is. And I really hope that people like soaking that in, because they should not go unnoticed, and uncelebrated, if that's a word. Yeah, just wanted to say that. But look at that face. That's awesome, man. Being in the moment, in the performance. Yeah, guitar. He's going crazy. Yeah. It's Messy too. I love it. It's emotion.
You seem really together.
I'll bring
You've
it
got
back
a
because
new
I
coat,
talk too
new
much.
knit circle. That's just child chat. Why don't you want oven chips now? It's a Tokyo bouncy ball, it's an Oslo bouncy ball, it's a Rio de Janeiro bouncy ball. Filter, I love these mighty oaks, don't you? Do everything and feel nothing. Wristband, theme park, scratch card, lanyard. Do everything and feel nothing. Do everything and feel nothing. You seem really together, you've got a new coat, new hair. Well, I tell you one thing, you've got it coming. One day you're gonna get it.
Is that Knicks? New York Knicks, baby. Yeah.
That's your lot.
Yeah. I hope this goes through. I really do. Because at this moment, I'm not sure if it's going to go through. I have had no luck. All right. Let me get my thoughts together on the other side. That's such a good song. It just is great. I mean, every time I hear it, it just goes up a couple more ranks, as far as like my own sort of love for music, what I love, my songs that are up there, then here, Tears, the whole thing, right? Tiers. And this is just moving its way up. It's such a great song. It really is. Um, and this performance is, I mean, it's similar to the audio, which is really cool because the audio, I mean, why do you fall in love with the song, right? Initially, you hear it, right, from what was produced and recorded and released, right? And so a lot of people are like the live performance, I love how things change and all. Okay, that's cool. Put in a different sort of guitar solo that you didn't hear on the original performance. I get that. That's cool. That's freshness, right? That's a little bit of surprise. Yeah, if you just listen to something straight from beginning to end in a live performance that is exactly like the audio recording, some people would be happy and other people would be like, "Ugh," and I get that. Give us a little bit of different kind of little twist like that. Just make it a little bit, oh, okay, for the price of my ticket, you surprised me and it sounded really good. Um, but that said, I'm in the camp of try to kind of stay as much to the original as possible, just so that sounds like what I had, fall in love with originally. So all that said, come off the soapbox now. That's what they did, but with again some variations and twists. And what I love, on that original recording, the audio, and on these performances is the band. The band just consistently kicks ass. And what's really interesting too is I wonder how many people are really, I guess because the song seems to be popular and Michael loves it. So I'm sure Michael loves, he's soaked in everything. But like I was saying in the reaction, I think it's very easy to kind of have your eyes and your ears and your mind transfixed on her. And while the music is kind of nice and it's good, right? Sometimes, for some people, it might just be really background music and just her performance, the way she's delivering the lines, that sort of dryness, you know, um, and her facial expressions and the whole thing. It's brilliant. It really is. She's got that down, she's a really great performer. Um, but man, if you're paying attention, that music, that guitarist, the bassist, the drummer, they're tight and it's just really good music. And that's what I love about this. I mean, just everything, her and the band. I mean, that guitarist, I mean, he's just coming up with just real messy, distorted uh, guitar lines, riffs that it's just so good. It's so interesting and having fun. And he's a Knicks fan because he's got the Knicks hat. I'm a Knicks fan. But yeah, and I love the lines here. I was just writing some down. You keep it, you keep it. Bouncy ball, do everything and feel nothing. Do everything and feel nothing, right? I mean, isn't that so true? You know, that in our day to day sort of hustle and bustle in life, we just have to do so much. We just find ourselves just getting up and then going with the day. And then you come back and then it's almost like, you know, how much did you really feel? How much were you in the moment when you did certain things during the day, especially like in a job? Maybe even in a job that maybe you don't really like, but you just kind of you have to do it. It pays the bills and the whole thing. Um, yeah, come here to make. I love this. Come here to make ceramic um, shoes. Come here to smash what you made. So I would love to know like what is the context behind that, because it really does seem to be like an abstract kind of thing. The whole song, like what she's talking about, it's like snippets of like life experiences. I think dealing with problems, dealing with people, maybe people, certain situations that you find yourself like you're not happy about, certain people that you're not happy with, and trying to sort of deal with that. Again, I had done a couple of reactions to this already, and I had looked at the lyrics. So um, from what I remember from looking at the lyrics, I got that feel, but I got the lyrics pulled up again and we'll take one more look at it. But I love that last line, right? You've got to come in one day, you're going to get it. And yeah, I don't know the way she says it. I mean, it could be chilling, that's like a threat, but she almost says it like in disgust, like almost like, in this kind of I'm done with you. You're probably not going to get it from me, but I think you're going to get it from someone else. And good luck when that happens. It's almost that kind of resignation. Uh, to like, yeah, I'm out of here, but watch your step because you're going to get it. That's kind of what I take out of that. Again, it's brilliant stuff. So let me get into the band. And they are English post-punk band formed in South London in 2018. You've got Florence Shore, Maynard, sorry, Tom Dowse, and Nick Buxton. And Tom is the guitarist, Lewis is the bassist, Nick is the drummer, of course, Florence is the vocalist. Yeah, spoken word primarily in lieu of sung vocals. That's their style. That's her style. Unconventional lyrics. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely, we just talked about them. Their musical style has been compared to Wire magazine and Joy Division. I mean, that is pretty amazing company right there. I mean, they're being linked to those bands. Holy crap. Um, have we done a Wire song? I think, yeah, we've done a couple. Yeah, absolutely. So all three of those bands have been reacted to on this channel, and I'm proud of that. That's cool. It's great music, and more stuff from them. Magazine, actually, John's going to get a song from them. I think John said, even though he knows Magazine, I think it's a song he may not know. So let's see. New Long Leg, released in 2021. I think this is the album that has this song. I clicked on the album, and does it talk about this song in particular? And it does. It says this is Wiki, the album's lead single, Scratchcard Lanyard, was described as a revenge fantasy. Quote from Shore, it's feeling quite pissed off and fatigued with the roles you're asked to fulfill as a woman past the age of 30. She goes on to say the pressure to have children is the sudden thing that descends like, you're a career now. Not that I resent any of those things in principle. Mothers are the greatest people in the world. but it was a noticeable thing that suddenly I had these pressures that my brother and my male friends don't have. Hmm. That's interesting too, because I pulled up this article here, uh, and this is from Stereo Gum, and this was back in 2020, I guess right as the album was about to get released. And the band was talking about, well, this article says Scratchcard Lanyard is a jumble of wordplay and wired tension. Band leader Florence Shore sounds disaffected and scattered, singing of bouncy balls and knitting circles and women in aviators firing bazookas as she lands on one central refrain: do everything and feel nothing. Here's what the band had to say about the track and accompanying video. In the search for your true call in life, this is what they're saying. It's easy to try so many things that you end up confused. It can lead to an enormous buildup of frustration. You may fantasize about exacting revenge upon your real or imagined enemies. Um, yeah. So that is, and so, I kind of sort of comparing that to what was just said in Wiki. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if, I guess maybe it's not saying two different things. I mean, it's maybe just going into a little bit more. I mean, talking about women with kids and all like that. Maybe it's just Florence's experiences of just because she doesn't have kids and maybe dealing with women who have, and maybe, well, what's wrong with you? Why don't you have children? I don't know. Is that something that maybe she's going through and experiencing, and that's what she's sort of drawing from? Um, yeah, I mean, I can just relate a little bit. I mean, just like before we got married, it's like if you're like all of a sudden all your friends are kind of married up. And I remember when I was still single, it's like all of a sudden you just felt like you were on the outside. I was on the outside, and then seeing my friends kind of become husbands, and all of a sudden a lot of things that we used to relate to and have in common, then it was all of a sudden that started to change. Um, yeah, and you just felt like, I felt like, not that I had to go off and rush out and get married, but I just felt like I was not part of that club. Um, and then there's that, that tension and whatever like that comes from that. And then the same thing with kids, then for a while, all of a sudden kids were popping up everywhere, in my circle, but I wasn't having kids yet, so that was a while ago. But so I just wonder if that's kind of what she's drawing from. But that said, and that's a great thing about music too, right? Is that you can kind of listen to a song, listen to the lyrics, and then you can sort of draw from it, from your own experiences, and how do you interpret those lyrics? And so the lyrics here: many years have passed, but you're still charming, rose, fallen, and exploding, and you can't save the world on your own, I guess. Don't send me it. You keep it, you keep it, you keep it. Weak arms can't open the door. Kung Fu Council. It'll be okay. I just need to be weird and hide for a bit and eat an old sandwich from my bag. I've come here to make a ceramic shoe, and I've come to smash what you made. I've come to learn how to mingle. I've come to learn how to dance. I've come to join your knitting circle. Okay. All right. Now a lot of this is starting to make sense. I've come to hand weave my own bunk bed ladder in a few short sessions. It's a Tokyo bouncy ball. It's an Oslo bouncy ball. It's a Rio de Janeiro bouncy ball filter. I love these Mighty Oaks, don't you? Do everything and feel nothing. As like, just take that and print it and put it on a wall, Great line. Wristband, theme park, scratch card, lanyard. Do everything and feel nothing. Do everything and feel nothing. Pat dad on the head. All right, you big loud mouth, and thanks very much for the Twix. I think of myself as a hardy banana with that waxy surface and small, delicate flowers. This is a poem. This is one of those cases where, the song is written as a poem. A, a woman in aviators firing a bazooka repeats that line. I've come here to make a ceramic shoe, and I've come to smash what you made. Kind of repeating the line from earlier. That's just child chat. Why don't you want oven chips now? It's a Tokyo bouncy ball. It's an Oslo bouncy ball. Kind of going through all that we just went right. Wristband, theme park, scratch card, lanyard, do everything and feel nothing. And then it wraps up. You seem really together. You've got a new coat, new hair. Well, I'll tell you one thing. You've got to come in one day. You're going to get it. Ha. So now, kind of knowing a lot more context, right? What's behind the song. Now it's like, I don't think it's revenge like what I was explaining earlier, right? I think it's, if she's really sort of referring to like women friends that are now married, have kids, and like that, that's kind of what she's saying, like everything is all sort of, I don't know, especially, when you have kids and little babies and you sort of show them around and everything's all cute and all new and all like that. But those kids grow up one day. Those kids grow up to be teenagers, and there's a whole new set of problems with that and challenges. And all of a sudden you're not the hottest thing, right? All of a sudden you're not like, wonderful mommy and daddy. Sometimes you're like, the kids can't get as, far enough away from you as possible. They just start going through their things, and then all of a sudden you get those problems you got to deal with. So maybe that's what Florence is talking about. One day you're going to get it. Yeah, it's all fun and games now, but I don't know. What do you think, Michael? What do you think? Am I diving too deep into this or what? Do you think I'm way off the path, or am I kind of over the target? What are your thoughts about the song, about what it means? What about the music? I mean, the fact that you loved it so much, you tried and tried. I hope this gets through. So if everyone's seeing this, yay. And Michael, thanks for persevering and hanging there with me as we try to kind of figure this out. And to everyone out there, if you like this song, hit the like button, the reaction, hit the like button. That'd be fantastic. It'd be appreciated. Also appreciated if you would join our channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see every one of you on the next episode of Into the Music.